Hello Tubesters. Yes, it's me, Gav. I had to think then because this is the third time I've tried. We've had little blokes on big bore exhausts, I take it, off in the distance. What is it? People's egos. I know, says the bloke who's on YouTube, face to camera. Oh well, let's skip over that. We've had big bore exhausts and we've had battery failure. So we're now hooked up to the mains. Wish I could hook up to the neighbour's mains and I wouldn't have to pay a fortune in the power bills that we have to pay. Right, let's get on with it. Today's update, yes, it's on the Panther tank. Only a bit on the Panther tank, but just to say, Gav's built some tracks, both sides. They're not... They look alright. I think I'm going to... Obviously, they're link and length tracks, so there are straight bits which you're not going to be able to, move about. But I think the other bits, they may hold up, they may not underpaint, I don't know. But at least I've got an idea. I just wanted to thank Joe over at Mad Genius Productions, who reminded me that I could put... yes, I did know, but I'd forgotten. I forget who I am. There's no way I'm going to remember to put PVA on the wheels, dab of PVA, which is what he recommended to me. And he was backed up by the... Oh, what can we do? I'm trying to give this bloke a big build-up here. Greg from Greg's Models, anyway. If you don't know Greg from Greg's Models, you should do. You know Joe from Mad Genius Productions because he's been a marrow on this channel for years. But so is Greg, to be fair. He doesn't always visit. I can't blame him. He's trying to distance himself from this channel. It doesn't do his channel any good whatsoever, even though he's on about 20,000 subs. But anyway, he also backed Joe up with the put a dab of PVA on the wheels, stick the wheels on, and then try and form your tracks around it. So thanks guys, Gav did that, and it seems to have worked. And as Joe said, the PVA, as it should do, just peeled the bits that I had got on the wheels, because I only put a bit on, because I thought, because I use this really quick drying PVA, because it for sticking figures down to bolt tops and things like that. And I had visions of it not going off. But anyway, it did. So the only thing that I thought I had got, more or less, I was hoping I'd got, it was a hope more than I thought, was I'd got some lacquer paint to paint the tank with, and I haven't. I've got lots of lacquer paint, unfortunately not really anything to do with that time of the, the German army at that time, or Waffen SS really, but it doesn't make much difference as they all have roughly the same camo. So I have got the 1944-45 set from MIG, which I painted that one in 35 scale King Tiger with. I did the Dio with a couple of years ago. I don't get on with acrylics particularly well in the airbrush. I'll say that. To be honest with you, the AK hasn't been too bad. I've got to say, the next generation stuff, and I just mix it with water to be honest with you. And because I do it quite diluted, it seems to work. But I've not had brilliant results with the MIG. Probably because I don't use MIGs. Diluting, what are we after? Nah, see? Head problems if things go out my head. Anyway, but this is what we're going to go with. It could go disastrously wrong. It'll be put down on my normal AK lacquer primer, but to save money, it'd be a no-brainer. I've gone out and spent on figures and stuff, and I bought one in 35 scale figures because they were off it. And these better not be recast. The bloke was showing a box, so I'm hoping they come with a box. More on that when it comes, because they were quite cheap for the prices that they were. But this guy's putting the box up and he's saying what company they're from. They better be from that company. Gav doesn't do recasts, and if he finds out he's bought some, he's not going to be happy. And that person shall know about it. On the other hand, if they turn out to be hopefully what they are, Gav will praise his bloke to the hilt. Anyway, more of that when they come in the next day or two. But yeah, so we're going to tempt the MIG and hope for the best. That's all we can do. It seems, if I've got it here, use it, as best I can. So, as hopefully the title will suggest, I've got figures. No wonder. Well, I spent a bit more than I thought I had done. kept thinking, I don't remember ordering this many figures. From the one, because the one company's AB, and I paint those little AB Napoleonics, and you've seen the other tank crew from a different nation, which I do not want to talk about. So I've bought some of their figures, but I also, I knew I'm going to say this right. How hard can this be? Oh, that's the wrong one, Gav. That's AB. From sorry, guys. Really well prepared. Yeah, I would have said it right. CP Models, which is a really, it appears to be more of a war. Well, so CP Models, it seems to be more wargaming figures, but because it's the 20mm is the 1:72 scale, whatever, it fits in with what I'm doing here. And to be honest with you, they can be used for dios. You don't have to be gaming them. They've even come with, his stuff even comes with slotter bases, which I won't be using for these, but they may come in handy just for standalone projects. Now, although I must have spent, windows open, things are flying off, I must have spent 30 quid of money. I haven't really got 30 quid to spend, but the idea is I've got no problems, even if I do a nice paint job on these tank riders, and these will be tank riders for the Ardennes, so they're going to be in, you know, the oak leaf pattern mainly. I've got no problems stripping them and painting them as, say, Hitler Jungland Division 12th SS Panzer in Hohen stuff and whatever in Normandy. So yeah, I've got no problem stripping my figures and doing them again. I can't be affording loads and loads of the same figures just to put on lots of different vehicles. That won't happen. So they'll be recycled. I still will probably have to buy the odd other. The only thing I didn't get these are all the ones that are in, probably, I can't see, but most of them are in SS camo. They do a here, so an army set, and I could have probably got away with putting some of the army guys in there, and just so they hadn't got the camo on, just so it was a bit of a mix. But again, it's expense, it's how much you go to. So for now, we go with those figures. I bought some. I'm saying all this when I could have just been out putting them down, camera down, to show you first of all. But I've put you some. I've bought some hatch crew, as they call it, so they're just torsos. Again, I believe these were the Waffen SS ones. I don't really see what and without my readers on, and I'm seeing these for the first time. I haven't even taken them out the bag yet. I don't know really what the massive difference would be with the army equivalent. It was just that they were hatch crew, and that's what I wanted. The guys from CP Models are all standing figures. They don't actually number theirs, and for the life of me I can't remember everything, but they looked really nice, and they look really nice through here. So some will be used on this, and I just got them because I use them in different, you know, if this Panther works, I'd definitely like to do a few more in this scale. I haven't gone away from the 1 in 35s, but with my busted head, go where the enjoyment is. The enjoyment at the moment is the 172s. So, yeah. Right, let's go down to the bench and take a look. Right guys, thanks for joining me at the bench. We shall be emptying these bags together. I haven't seen these before, apart from obviously on the website. I apologise for all the blinds crashing. It's breezy in our part of the UK today, but it's warm, if that makes sense, so it's too hot to have the windows shut. Right, so this is what we mean by hatch crew. Now I'm looking through the camera lens here. That would appear, I wasn't sure if he got the microphone, you know, the earpieces for the, it might be a mould line, but to be honest with you, my eyes are failing me so much, and I'm having to look through the camera. Yeah, that would appear to be a mould line that will have to be removed. Not too onerous by the look of it. Really nice though. I mean, you can see, you know, shirt sleeves. Now bearing in mind this will be the Ardennes in winter time, so whether we get to use him, but then again I would imagine inside the tank it's quite warm. Here's our tank commander. He's definitely got his earpieces on. Very nice. And these are from Eureka Miniatures UK, but obviously Eureka Miniatures are in Australia. This is their UK subsidiary, I'll take it. I believe these were still under the old AB, that's why we call them AB still, under Anthony Barton's sculpting. Very nice. I wasn't really expecting anything else, to be honest with you. As I say, how my tank's going to take the weight of so much metal, metal tank riders and metal crew figures. He's got his microphone, radio, whatever, on top of his, pushed on top. I haven't seen how these are going to, I've got a feeling, to be honest with you, these are going to maybe stand a bit too high. In fact, let's get our tank, let's just see, because I've got a feeling these are going to stand too high and I'm going to have to cut some off, which would be a shame really. I don't know, if we push, I don't know, that doesn't look too bad, really. No, I mean, putting it on that vision block there, that's not too bad, as if he's looking out. Let's see if we can get away with any others. I can't show you the commander, because as in the tank, because the turret's on the other side. No, he's a bit high, isn't he? Let's just see what else we got. I'm loath to cut one down, only because you know, they're expensive. It's not something I really wanted to do, but I've got a feeling I'm going to have to. Yeah, we're going to probably have to cut one down, I think, which is a shame, but them's the breaks. I may have to cut one down to literally waist level for the not for the he's the commander, so he can sit up fine in his turret. I haven't put the loader's hatch open or anything like that. We've got the second, you know, either what you want to call him, the secondary driver or the radio operator stroke bow gunner on the machine gun. That's fine, that's a decent fit. But our driver, whichever one of these guys, is going to have to be mutilated, I think, to fit in. Let's just check. Yeah, somehow we're going to have to make somebody smaller. The only other way I could think of doing it is drill a hole in the plastic card, but it would have to be a big hole and through the hatch. I don't know, we'll work it out. That's what modelling's about, working things out. Hey, Gav talking like a modeller. Right, so that's our... Did we go through them all? I think we did. We'll have one quick look. Right, so number 1. Number 2 in no order, as I say, but he'll be our commander. So we're looking for 3 figures out of these for now. As I say, one's going to have to be cut down, which is a real shame. A fair few figures to go through. I just didn't realise the other company I'd bought so many. Oh well. But as I say, I don't feel too bad because I'll recycle all these. These will go round and round and round forever on different projects. As I say, I don't have a problem in taking the paint off and redoing them. Unless people want to buy them off me, of course, and then I shall just go and buy some more and paint some more. Right, what we got? We wanted the other ABs, that was it. So we've got tank. I have just opened before I started it. I took the staples out. That's the word Gav was after. Right, so these are our tank riders, and they're Waffen SS. You can name them a division of your choice. They look really nice. Bit of clean up on that, but not a lot. As I say, you're going to get mould lines. What we're looking for is casting defects, chunks out, things like that, out of the cast itself. But lovely. I'm not going to go sticking these around the. I did like this guy here. You can get two versions of each. I think there's two versions of the army versions and two versions of the Waffen SS guys. The one is slightly cheaper, where there's some fellas kneeling down on, you can say, on the back of the deck of the engine deck of the tank. But I prefer seeing these guys all just sat there hitching a lift. But he's got his helmet in his hand. Yeah, really nice. Just makes a bit of a difference. You can put a bit of hair colour on there, and so it's not all just cammed up. All fully equipped. Short ankle boots. Later in the war, obviously the Germans were trying to simplify things. There was a big leather shortage, and they were going to the ankle boots. At different scales, really, I suppose you could say. MG42 guy here. And so, you know, it's I like that period, bit of flash there for painting wise, and I like the Kharkov stuff, which you'll see. That's what those when I say I'm doing one in 72 at the moment. I've got some 1 in 35 scale figures coming that I want to paint one up on camera, hopefully. More flash there, but that type of flash is easy to deal with. He's got his extra rounds for the MG42. Yeah, this was just what I wanted. Again, we've got, you know, run off there, flash, whatever you call it, but it's nothing major. I was more looking for, you know, big chunks out of the sculpts if the moulds are on the way out or something, but these are really nice. Yeah, we can work with these. Very nice. No, don't expect a great don't expect a lot from Gav's oak leaf camo at this scale. we'll be fudging a lot of this. I don't know if I'm going to use them all on the tank or not. We'll just see who fits where. I've already lost one of the blooming lashing hooks on the tank deck, obviously, where I've been faffing around with the trying the tracks and the wheels on and off, on and off, on and off. You can't believe how many times I've been on and off. But I've obviously knocked one off at some stage, and they're minute. I mean, on my, you know how manky my desk is. My cutting mat, it's like a relief map of Europe. There's no chance I can find it on there, which is a shame, really. Right, so they're Eureka miniatures, and they're from Eureka UK, but it's an Australian business. These they come with slotter bases, but by the look of it, they're not on slots. I'll be probably cutting the bases off these, so I think the old junior hacksaw is going to have to come out. We'll have a look. Let's have a look. I've never painted these guys at this company before. I was quite impressed with them when I saw them on the web page, and I thought to myself, well, I'm not plastering my little dio with stuff, but I can definitely use some of these.
Now this was, they were saying something about I can't remember the packs, what they, because I've never dealt with these guys before. I'm not remembering what they were, but one of these is supposedly I think it's Kampfgruppen Piper, which is obviously always popular. They do a good book, Kampfgruppe Piper Race to the Muse, but at the moment it's still £10 and above, so I'm waiting for it to come down in price. Came out in 2005. I often go on eBay and that, seeing if I can find a copy, but I can't get one cheaper. Not at the moment. But yeah, these look exactly what I'm after. He's got a roll neck pull over there by the look of it. Now this guy, now he's either in tears because somebody's run over his pet cat, or he's been wounded. Not exactly sure. But he was in there as well. I thought, I'm not exactly sure when I'd use him, but you know, you never know. There could be a reason. So that's those guys. As I say, I'm sorry I can't. They're all Waffen SS. No, before anybody was out, I'm not a Nazi. I don't hold right-wing views. I'm just interested in the period of history, and I enjoy painting it and modelling it. So that's why I've got them. I actually really like doing German paras. But I've got this Panther tank, and I did think of putting paras on because obviously they were filmed on King Tigers getting sorry about the crunchiness, getting lifts and that. And I believe they were with Group Piper as well, weren't they? They might not have been, I can't remember. Right, so let's have a look at these guys. I just thought they were decent little poses for any time of the late war period, for like a summer stroke, you know, Ardennes type of look to them. I was interested in these guys because I thought they'd look good. It's an MG section, and he's got his in that classic, like you see a lot of the photographs in Normandy, in the Falaise Gap and all that type of stuff, with the Hitler Jungland and Das Reich and all the other guys. But yeah, I thought that was a nice casual pose to have. I was looking at these guys particularly to be, you know, we've got guys already sat on the tank, and these guys are milling around. Really nice again. Looks like he's got a spare barrel case there. Barrel goes in that, and he's obviously using it to hook up spare machine gun ammunition cans. I've got our other guy here just looking stoic. I mean, I've got that 1 in 10 Young's bust of the Waffen SS Panzer Grenadier to do as well. We're all in the Ardennes at the moment. He's going to get done sometime over the winter time. Oh, by the way, I haven't forgotten about the Marine at Guadalcanal bust. I'm only not doing him until the commission's out of the way, and I've got I'm halfway through the next group, and then I've got just 2 mounted figures to do after that, and then that commission's finished. So once that's finished, that bust will start. It's not a case of me usually saying things and I'm not followed it through. It's just that with everything else, it's the modelling I put up, I can pick up and put it down. Now these guys are on slotters. It's a bit unusual. Right, so these guys are on slotter bases, these ones. MG34s on these. And jackbooted, so these are earlier ones. In fact, they've all got MG34s. Fair enough. Must be part of that. Was there part of that other group? I don't know. Doesn't matter. As I say, I've got these as tests really. Some will get used straight away, others will, you know, they're there. They were just, when I was looking for, I'd looked at the AB and I thought, well, let's just see what else is out there. As I said to you guys, you've got to be careful because the Chinese recasters have bought a load of AB up and recast those in resin, and they're, you know, oh, resin figures, no, they're not, well, they are resin, but they're just complete. They're even using, as they do normally with the 1 in 35 scales they rip off all the time, they're even using AB's painted figures, you know, the stuff they put on their site as their adverts. So just be careful buying those. As I said to you guys before, they don't actually, I didn't see them coming out any cheaper, not that I would have bought them, but they weren't coming out any cheaper than getting the ABs direct from your AB supplier. Now I liked these at the time because I thought these were good, you know, doing some quick orders group while the guys are waiting on the tank. So he's got his Sturmgewehr 44, Panther Ausf, gesticulating, that's a good word, couldn't spell it. Fairly simple figures these. He's got his binos. I'm not sure if that's up. I think this one might be our Piper figure. There you go. And that's from CP Models here in the UK. I thought they were reasonably priced, very reasonably priced. They seem very nice figures, got no complaints on them. As I say, it looks like in my buying frenzy I bought, which war games companies will often do. Obviously you'll sometimes buy up a section, they'll say have MG34 machine guns on in one section, say, and then you've got to buy the other, you know, the rest of the gun group or whatever. So if you're doing dioramas, you just got to watch out for that you're not buying all of the same. So I've got a bipod there, better put him in with a machine gun as well. I'm missing. You know, that you'll end up with like that three MG34s if you're doing it for a diorama. And there you go. As I say, you get some slaughter bases if you're going to be doing them for different things, but myself, they'd be used as dioramas. Quick look at the tracks. Quick look at the tracks. There's our one set. I haven't glued that. As I say, I'm not perfect in any means doing this. As you can see, it's a bit lumpy there, but I've got a feeling as I say, I've not overly glued these. You can just see the very small gaps in them, but they've all got to be heavily weathered as well, so I don't know how these are going to stand up to being reapplied once they've been painted. I'll have a feeling I'm probably going to have to do a bit of clean up on them. Again, I've left this off here. So we'll see how they go. I just wanted a light feel. I know that seems a bit off, that one, but it isn't when it actually fits on. They're quite supple, if that makes, well, not supple, I mean obviously these are the main lengths here, which is the bottom length, I believe. That's not supple, but where you've put them on, as long as you're careful with them, they will gently move around. Gav's hoping. So yeah, there's me tracks. They don't look great compared to a run of 1 in 35s that aren't Lincoln length, but they'll do. They'll get them on, I think. So what's going to be happening next with the Panther build is, I was hoping for today, but it's not going to happen. I'll put some primer on the tank tomorrow, and then I shall use, as I say, these smart sets they call it. see if I can get it to work. If it doesn't work, then it'll just have to call a halt until I get some paint. Problem is, I'm diverging on buying like these type of figures when I should have been diverging. It's like Kawanishi. I'm still doing the Kawanishi flying boat, but it's unfortunately it's waiting for paint that I don't have. If this doesn't work, this will be waiting for paint I don't have. But we shall see. As I do think I managed to get it to work on my King Tiger, so I'm hoping it'll do the same for me on this little guy. We can live in hope. It says acrylic colour for brush and airbrush. So look after yourselves. Thanks for stopping by on another Panther tank update, 1:72 scale. Tomorrow, yes, there will be another video up tomorrow. It will be Napoleonics. We'll do our next 6 figures, and hopefully I might even just do another view of the extra Empress Dragoons that I've painted. I've got 3 officers I'm painting at the moment. The horse is done, the tack's done. Tack is all the leather work, harness work on the horse. Jackets are painted, I believe, mostly. And I've got 2 trumpeters in light blue. That they've all done at the same level. So we're not far from finishing that now. And as I say, once that's done, apart from obviously carry on painting the plastic Napoleonics, I will start on the bust for Guadalcanal, and probably a one. Well, you know me, whatever. It'll be something. And I've got a feeling the Panther tank will still be going along, because I'll be doing obviously with the figures and everything. I've got to do a little base for that as well. Yeah, it's all good. Look after yourselves. Many thanks for your kind words and support. It's always appreciated, and we'll catch each other very soon on another video.